Okay, Scott?
Bob Van Haren.
Here.
Wayne Allman.
Here.
Kari Manuel.
Here.
Jim Bodenhammer.
Here.
Susan Stockton.
Here.
Nick Reed.
Here.
Philip Frame.
Here.
Jennifer Baker.
Here.
All right, the first item of business you got is the minutes from January 22nd for your approval.
Make a motion, we adopt the minutes.
Second.
Wayne Allman.
Yes.
Philip Frame.
Yes.
Jim Bodenhammer.
Yes.
Bob Van Haren.
Yes.
Jennifer Baker.
Yes.
Nick Reed.
Yes.
Susan Stockton.
Yes.
Kari Manuel.
Yes.
All right, you got some committee reports. Any questions about any of that? We have none. I'm going to ask Alan to come forward. First item of business you've got is a resolution. This is where we close the 2025 year and formalize that, what we did last year. Alan.
Yes. This is actual cleanup after the actual figures are all in and all bills have been paid by the end of 2025.
I'll make a motion, we adopt the resolution.
Second.
Philip Frame.
Yes.
Bob Van Haren.
Yes.
Jim Bodenhammer.
Yes.
Jennifer Baker.
Yes.
Nick Reed.
Yes.
Susan Stockton.
Yes.
Wayne Allman.
Yes.
Kari Manuel.
Yes.
All right, then the next item is the 2026 budget adjustments for donation accounts. Alan?
Yes. This is the difference between what was actually approved and what was spent between the 30th of November and the end of December. On the donation accounts, they have to be short up to actual figures, and then I'll adjust those for starting 2026.
I'll make a motion that we approve these adjustments.
Second.
Jim Bodenhammer.
Yes.
Jennifer Baker.
Yes.
Philip Frame.
Yes.
Bob Van Haren.
Yes.
Nick Reed.
Yes.
Kari Manuel.
Yes.
Wayne Allman.
Yes.
Susan Stockton.
Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Emma. The next item we've got is a resolution waiving competitive bidding on a tract of land. I'm going to ask Arnold to come up. We were recently approached by a landowner to get a piece of land from the city, which is basically doesn't serve much purpose to the city at all, hasn't for a long, long time. And I'm going to let Arnold explain to you what he's done and see if y'all are willing to approve this tonight or not.
What's presented in front of you is the landowner to the east with that large pond bordering up to that eastern edge of Indian Creek subdivision, approached us to try to get access, easier access for them off of, is that Coalwood Drive, I think?
Yes, sir.
And coming off of Coalwood Drive and across the northern 20-foot, we have a retention lot that we utilize for water retention and sewer pump station, lift station down in there. And basically all that they're asking is for that. Basically, the purchase is what we figured out with talking with Roger was going to be the cleanest way to go about it. Let them purchase the northern 20 feet of this, and you can kind of see in the pictures. It's already being utilized pretty much as a drive for our access to the retention pond and everything. We will retain an easement to this 20-foot strip of land also in order to maintain that retention pond. But other than that, they could also utilize it this way as more of a driveway off of Coalwood rather than coming off of
Is
the
that our
highway.
retention pond around, behind the fence?
That's our retention pond on the right-hand side there, yes.
And that retention pond was built when that subdivision was developed by the Kings, I believe, correct, Arnold?
Correct.
Yeah,
That was
they-
part of the subdivision development. It is a city-owned lot in there into perpetuation to maintain that water.
So they want to buy that little driveway spot?
That 20-foot driveway, that little
But they'll
red
let
rectangle.
us use it to have access?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You sure?
We would need to maintain access. That 20-foot comes within about 2 to 3 foot of that fence right there. So it's going to take up a pretty good swath. So we want to maintain an easement in order to access our retention area and to maintain that. But other than that, they could utilize it as their driveway.
I mean, are they wanting to build like a fence on the other side of it and tie into that? Like, or I'm
No,
just
they're
trying to
wanting
figure
to
out-
build their driveway across that 20
Otherwise, they
foot.
don't have access.
So then, okay, so my question is then if they're gonna do a paved driveway or a concrete driveway or,
Well, according to our specs, we would mandate at least the first 5 feet to be concrete.
right,
And then past that, they could maintain it as gravel, just like any other driveway in town.
right. I'm just curious on the reason for even selling it. If we've already owned it, we don't have to have an easement then. We've already got it. We don't have a
Right.
problem if they just pass through it.
Well,
So
and
that's what I'm trying to.
we were discussing
I
with
mean-
Roger might weigh in on that
Well,
concept.
If you, there's something called a prescriptive easement. After you run over something for 7 years or more, you can't stop someone from running over it. But that doesn't apply to cities. So I think what the landowner is concerned about here is at any time we can cut that off
Oh,
from them. And they've been utilizing it. And I think from the city's perspective, this is, I mean, it's a council decision, not legal, but I think the way the city looked at it, this is something that's never, we're using the lot for what we need it for right now. If somebody's willing to pay us for a little strip there and we continue to be able to use it for what we're using it for now, then it seemed like a win for the city.
I just don't want to see us ending up something where we've got to go back with like eminent domain and say, this is ours. I mean,
Right.
They don't change their mind
Yeah.
and say, you don't have access anymore, this is my
Well, that's
property.
in writing. We're retaining an easement over what
Okay.
we're selling.
Okay.
And Bob, Arnold has actually prepared a legal description on this
Yeah.
strip of land, surveyed it.
I hadn't
and
looked at
got
it, but I assume our easement is gonna cover what we.
It's going to be the same exact easement, you
Yeah, so
know.
I
We're gonna-
can't see that the city's really giving up anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
good
We're
enough.
gonna-
That's
we're-
just,
I was curious too.
We're going to keep that easement for ingress and egress off of our retention area and being able to maintain that and then basically be owned by them outside of that.
Steve,
When we talked to that landowner, we do have a sewer line that runs on, basically on their property.
On their
and-
property along the pond.
The easement needs to extend so that we have access to that easement.
Okay.
So the easement will actually extend beyond this drive or
their
this,
property.
onto their property.
so we can get to the.
So that way, we can maintain access to our sewer system, which is why this really does benefit us, because if we don't do that, that property owner could close off our access,
Mhm.
and we would have no legal action, really. So this is a win-win, I think, for the city and the property owner.
Okay. Just make sure.
And that'll all be written up.
Yeah.
And that's all written up in the,
That'll be included.
Yes.
in your-
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I think we gotta come back and Art had to.
Yeah, I got to revise
I
that.
don't think either one of us knew about that additional step.
Right.
But Artie will write that up. and
We'll get that written up. I have not split the track yet I didn't want to do that until council approved of this transaction to begin with.
It's a safety issue. Them trying to get on was part of the problem, getting access on Buzzard Roost.
I think some of that, also it's a long ways from Buzzard Roost
Yeah,
out from where this site
Yeah.
is on their property.
who's the property owner?
Fall Creek Ventures.
Oh,
TL.
TL, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been out there and walked it and looked at it, and I didn't see any problems with it whatsoever. I think, like Steve said, I think it's going to be good for both of us, actually.
Want to see it from your house, can't you?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing we've got is the resolution to waive the competitive bidding we need to get approved.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the resolution to waive competitive bidding.
Second.
Philip Frame,
Yes.
Jim Bodenhammer,
yes.
Susan Stockton,
Yes.
Wayne Allman,
Yes.
Bob Van Haren,
Yes.
Kari Manuel,
Yes.
Nick Reed,
Yes.
Jennifer Baker.
Yes.
All right, now the next item you've got is Arnold has worked with Roger and they've come up with a resolution authorizing the sale, and it's got a price affixed to that, what the owner would pay for that. Arnold can tell you here, Roger, how they determined a fair market value on it. They'll present that to the owner, and if they're willing to pay that money for it, this goes through. If they're not willing to pay that, then everything stays as is. Right there.
After speaking with Roger, in lieu of trying to get an appraiser and all that's involved, Roger and I discussed, let's just pull some of the recent acreages around, the lots around there that's sold. So I've pulled 6 of the local lots right in there that has sold recently and took it down to the square foot value. After all 6 of those, they ranged anywhere from 97 cents a square foot, all the way up to $2.66 a square foot. The average was $1.75. So over the 2,438 square feet of this tract, this 20-foot tract, it comes out to that $4,266.50. That's in the resolution.
And there wasn't really a reason to spend money on an appraisal because it's not where you're looking for comps. You just look for other vacant lots that have sold in Indian Creek, and it's pretty easy to come up with a comp.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
That seemed to be the better approach to take.
And those are some recent transactions out there.
Oh, yeah,
I think that were used to determine.
Yeah, it's a moving area right now on the lot sales.
A specific amount.
So that's how that value was worked up and everything. And plus, it's a small transaction. We'd eat up about that cost in an appraiser.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution authorizing the sale of the tract.
Second.
Jennifer Baker,
Yes.
Jim Bodenhammer,
Yes.
Philip Frame,
Yes.
Bob Van Haren,
Yes.
Corey Manuel,
Yes.
Susan Stockton,
Yes.
Wayne Allman,
Yes.
Nick Reed.
Yes.
Okay, Arnold, if you'll get that adjustment made, Steve brought up, and take care of that.
We'll get that. We'll work on wrapping up the drawings and the legal descriptions and get that going.
All right. That is all the business we had on the agenda. If y'all remember, last meeting, we approved the membership fees, and there was some discussion about the disabled veteran piece. We met yesterday with those gentlemen, Jim Bodenhammer. I had him come in and sit down. And Daniel couldn't be here. He's out giving a tour right now to the Harrison Parks Department. They're kind of jealous of what we're fixing to open up, and so they're here getting a tour this afternoon. And he's out there with them. But we found out that each disabled veteran gets a letter every January from the Veterans Affairs Department. And that certifies that they're either a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever percent disability, up to 100%. Since that veteran that's disabled gets that letter, we looked at a whole lot of different ways to do it. And we decided that the easiest way and cleanest way to do it, and Daniel says this would work, if I walk in and bring a letter to the Parks Department to get membership, says I'm 50% disabled, we'll give them 50% discount. 10, 20, whatever that number is. Those gentlemen were good at it. And if they don't produce the letter, I've got a copy of what they get to share with you. If they don't produce that when they come to register, they don't get a discount. Pure and simple. I mean, if you want to pass it down. And so that's what each veteran gets every single year that's on a disability. And I think it makes it a lot easier on Allison and Daniel. If you produce this actually came from one of the veterans that was in the room with us yesterday. And, if they don't produce that at time of check-in, or, application for membership, then they'll be paying the regular price. So
I want to say the mayor and Daniel really worked this really hard and got this. I appreciated how easy it went yesterday. So.
Well, and you coming in as somebody that's a veteran and gets one of these letters like this, that we didn't know about that. I certainly didn't, so I appreciate the info yesterday. So that's what we've agreed to do, and think that's a fair way to go about that going forward.
And it applies just to the veteran, not his spouse.
Just to the veterans, not their spouse, families, et cetera, right there.
No, Daniel had also mentioned that he was going to give us the rates for like any of the community
Yeah,
rooms and
we're
stuff.
working on that. We should have that final and ready by the next meeting right there.
So, Mayor,
That's
just,
what the rental rates are gonna be.
just a question though. If you've got a veteran that comes in and they're 90% disabled, but they've got a family, how are we going to,
Daniel and Allison are gonna figure out how to charge them for their family the normal rate.
separate from the,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but there is a plan to
Yeah.
have that broken down?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Right there. So, we've had a pretty good startup week for the first week. You know, people that have blown in the center and bottom. We've had, two pretty significant size corporations contact us. I'm talking, one of them's a few hundred employees that are interested in trying to work something out with us. And I think we can meet next week with two more or three on how they, might want to structure corporate memberships for their employees and stuff. So that piece is taken off very well this week. Haley did ask me if any of y'all still have your old iPads. She needs them so that they can get all that issue cleared up. I think everybody's got their new ones right now. So if you hadn't got her your old one, you kind of need to do that, of course, okay?
She's got mine.
All
She's
right,
got Jim's.
good deal. I have nothing else. Anybody else?
I want my old one back.
And the old case back anyway.
Jim, let's just be honest, you'd settle for a notepad.
Yeah.
What needs to happen next?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.